Are we back? Hopefully we're back. Okay, I think we're good. All right, we're back. Okay, sorry everyone, there were just a couple of technical difficulties, but we are back here for Dog with Hat Gang versus Team KRUGS, Game 1. So, in the top side for Dog with Hat Gang, we've got parry difference on Set, Mike Oxmall Bros in the jungle on Trundle, Killering in the mid lane on Lissandra, and our bot lane, Vital and Lord Reeves on Varus and Zyra.
And for we have Drakon on Mordekaiser in the top lane, Denel on Sejuani, Daki on Yasuo mid. I'm gonna butcher this.
Usually I just go with Sleason. Yeah.
Sleason, okay. Juju and Smee Schuster on Karma support.
Yeah, so both
teams. Some easier to say.
Yeah, right. It's honestly, I've considered just like in the sign-up form for the GRLCS, just saying like if your team has any names that are like longer than 3 syllables, give me a 2-syllable way to say it. Just an abbreviation or something.
Yeah, it needs some kind of shortened way to say it.
Yeah, I mean, like
nice and easy.
In gold, there's a guy called Panther553212, and one time he got upset at me for not calling him Panther553212, but Killering actually gets flashed on and solo killed by Daki. And the return kill does come in, but man.
Yep. Daki asserting his dominance early. I think it could be a long lane for Killering, but Daki does use both his flash and for just Lissandra's Ignite, so yeah, he might be able to make a play on that in the next.
Yeah, I mean, Yasuo, if he doesn't have that minion wave behind him, I mean, he can be punished by the Trundle Pillar, so, I mean, for Killering's sake, we have to hope that Mike Oxmall is going to come up into that mid lane, help deal with Yasuo.
Yep, and early on, we just see a slight CS lead for the Reds for Team with Sejuani here looking.
Yeah, he is going to find Vital, and the flash is going to be forced. However, Juju Smith-Schuster goes forward as well. It's a trade of flashes, but support for ADC will favor the team that used their support flash almost every time.
Yeah, I think he burned his flash a little early. Didn't need in the top lane.
Yeah, Drakon, he's going to get engaged on now. A lot of blood coming out this game, but Drakon will walk away. No sums burned this time. So
far in this early game, playing out the exact opposite way that
yeah, I mean, so far it's like
listening in and countering what I was saying.
Yeah, lots of lane pressure for Lissandra now, just because she has that flash advantage. Although, she's got Corrupting Potion and Dark Seal. Meanwhile, Daki has the double Doran's Blade, so it's a little more sustain, for Killering, a little more kill pressure for Daki.
Yeah, and I think both items they got kind of reflect how they want to play the lane. Killering, I think, wants to just survive, just kind of keep shoving waves and just back off, just try and keep Daki in mid, while Daki's looking to snowball. He wants to keep looking for kills or just overall just pressure on the map. He's looking to extend his lead he has now.
Yeah, and that's one of the win conditions you were talking about, getting the solo lanes ahead, but now Denel gonna go on to Vital again. Vital uses the heal, but one more hit's gonna do it. Juju Smith-Schuster takes the kill. Now, Lord Reeves trying to find the kill with his Ignite, but Sleason will use the heal to save his jungler. Good gank there by Team KRUGS.
Yep, pretty well. They're playing pretty heavy around the bot side. Maybe they're trying to just... Zyra's pretty vulnerable early, so maybe they're trying to look to punish that, but gives them a good early lead. I think they're going to have a nice item advantage here. MF's probably going to back for a BF sword to allow them to really pressure lane and maybe look up to roam mid or help Daki snowball even harder.
Yeah, let's check out the gold real quick. Yeah, MF's about 70 gold off of a BF sword. Meanwhile, Vital did pick up 2 long swords, but didn't get that full serrated dirk that he will likely want to go later in this game. So already not looking super good for the bot lane of Dog with Hat Gang, but this is kind of going exactly the opposite of how we predicted here.
Yeah, it is. I think Varus Zyra kind of comes online, but gank in the top lane.
Yeah, Drakon is going to use the shield and flash away, but now Mike Oxmal jumps forward. Donnell is here to zone off. Jungle for top flash. And as, again, the top lane flash is much more important here just because of how much more he'll be seeing parry difference.
Yeah, I think Dog with Hat Gang really trying to get parry difference ahead. He has not the greatest matchup, so I think here, though, Parry's gonna be in a really good spot to just kind of take over this lane for the next while. Team KRUGS probably gonna need to send a gank or two up top just to try and help him out, but looks like Sejuani's gonna be on the bottom side of the map. Trundle kind of took a lot of his top lane camps and stuff, so forced Sejuani to split map on the bottom side.
Yeah, so this is interesting because really the junglers are trying to shore up the respect flash there by parry difference. I mean, Drakon had level 6, but still.
Yeah, I think maybe some nerves or something come into play. People burning their flashes pretty early. Maybe just trying to stay safe or get that extra little bit damage, go for another kill, but a lot of aggression here in the early game. Looks like Team KRUGS is out ahead.
Yeah, Team KRUGS at about a 500 gold lead, so not major, but that could grow if Donnell decides to come back into this bot lane. So, as we were saying earlier, it's kind of going the opposite, where we expected both teams to be pushing their winning lanes further ahead, but really it seems like they're sending their junglers to the losing lane to maybe shore that up a little bit and, stabilize that into an even lane.
Yeah, I'll give Dog with Hacking, Zyra Varus, it kind of comes online. A lot of their kill pressure will come at level 6, so they might look to kind of flip the map then and maybe look for a couple ganks, look for these kills. But both junglers now on the bottom side of the map with the early dragon take.
So,
Team KRUGS.
Chat does have some strong opinions on Varus builds. There are two ways to build Varus, if you don't know. The on-hit build usually takes lethal tempo, or sometimes press the attack, but the other one is what we see here, the poke Varus build, where he builds lethality, has Arcane Comet. But now a 1v1 coming out, Drakon and parry difference. Drakon has not used the death realm, but he will now. Parry difference is in that 1v1 tool, but I believe he still has the haymaker. He will use it, but he doesn't find any damage. Now Drakon trying to find the last hit, but parry difference will punch him down with a solo kill.
Yeah, very good for parry difference. I'm not really sure why Drakon took that fight with his wave coming to him. He's going to miss a lot of minions. It's going to put parry difference way ahead, and I think Dog with Hat Gang's in a really good spot to just play this game through top lane.
Yeah, I mean, parry difference also still has that teleport advantage, not to mention Set's passive, giving him increased health regen, after he wins these 1v1s. So he's actually in a very healthy position, and he'll be able to teleport back to the lane, while Drakon still doesn't have his teleport for probably another 120 seconds or so.
Yep, I'm hoping, I don't think Dog with Hat Gang's bot lane's gonna get out, but I'm hoping that they look for an early Rift Herald here, maybe dump the plates for parry difference, just use it, just get 2-3 plates, put him even that much further ahead, and you're in a really good spot to take this game.
Yeah, super tanky Set versus, they don't exactly have Shred on the side of Team KRUGS. The closest thing they've got is Daki, who now might be winning a 1v1 against Killering. Killering snaps back, Daki uses that third Q, and the flash forward. Killering finds the kill with help from Mike.
Yep, very good kill. Good gank on Daki. Daki was going aggressive right as Mike came in the corner. Turned the corner, came into the lane, got the solo. For a second I thought Vital was AFK or DC'd. He was standing on Fountain quite a bit, but I guess he was just waiting for a little bit more gold to finish one of his items.
Yeah, he does have that serrated Dirk now, so he is still a little bit behind in combat stats compared to Sleason, but with this level 6, he has a lot more kill pressure now, so it should be a little bit easier to zone off the enemy from the tower. Now it looks like there might be another solo kill coming out. Parry difference moving forward onto Drakon. Drakon doesn't have that death realm available. Parry difference gonna get the pullback, and now Drakon into 2v1. He will go down. Parry difference with the haymaker.
Man, I'm worried for Team KRUGS here. This set's going to be really difficult for them to deal with. They don't really have too much lockdown, but we see Sejuani going in 1v2 here.
Yeah, she's a little early. She gets the stun off onto Mike, but she's going to go down before Daki can even get on top. He has the knock-up available. He will not find either. Misses the flash. A double kill for Mike. Oh, that's just unfortunate.
Yeah, that's pretty unlucky. But this early game's going pretty rough here for Team KRUGS. I think Dog with Hat Gang is kind of their specialty. Them and Rodham both. They like to play really aggressive, and they're looking for an all-in here.
They find it. They find a knock-up as well. Sliason has the flash. Will he use it? He does. Vital doesn't quite have the Q. But that's still a kill for Dog of Hat Gang's bot lane right here, like around that level 6 power spike, as you were talking about.
Yeah, really, it's where they come online. Zyra has her Sork Pin boots, early purchase. She's going to do a lot of damage at level 6, and just an easy kill. Just land the Varusol and just chain the CC, and it's a free kill right there.
One of the nice things about Diamond in comparison to Platinum and Gold Cap is that I feel a little bit safer saying that, you know, that these 3, 4, 5k gold leads in the early game are a little bit more insurmountable, because we are going to see just a great push of that first turret going down in the top lane. Drakon gonna be dead again as Mike is just trying to wait out the Death Realm. He'll come out of it in a second, and he's gonna get rooted up and killed. Killering with his 3rd kill of the game, and now Dog with Hat Gang have just pushed themselves into a massive lead. Yeah,
Dog with Hat Gang really snowballing parry difference. Parry got a slight advantage, and they're just shoving it down. They're really just punishing this Mordekaiser over and over, just coming up top, just playing towards their win conditions, and it's working out really well for them.
And parry difference is just going to 1v3 walk in, get a solo kill onto the support. Juju Smith-Schuster and Sliason's going to go down as well with help from Killering, and that's the Dragon stop for Dog with Hat Gang.
Man, that's a good play. I'm just capitalizing. You know, Team KRUGS probably going to go for that play when one team makes a play on the top side, you go for a play on the bottom side, but Perry TP's down and just goes in and just gives MF the 1-2. Just takes her out, burns some more sums, and they take the dragon here, and they're looking really good with this early game.
Yeah, and you were saying that the style of Dog with Hat Gang, you know, kind of the same as Return to the Middle Sticks in the same conference. It's really just trying to get these early game leads, trying to get these impact players ahead. And I mean, it's even working against the opposite conference where it worked so well for Dog with Hat Gang all through the regular season.
Yeah, I think this matchup, you could call it like kind of Rodham Light versus EXT Light. I think Dog with Hat Gang plays a lot like Rodham, and Team KRUGS plays a lot like us, but another kill in the bottom lane. This is looking rough.
Yeah, and, you know, if this is Rodham Light versus EXT Light, are you sweating at all for for the potential matchup between the two of you?
Yeah, I know the whole meme was our conference was a lot weaker, and I was really hoping that Team KRUGS, just any Team KRUGS Sensei squad could really come out and show. Yeah, it's a little worrying, but I think just kind of game one, I think Team KRUGS will come back, turn it around. I think we'll have a pretty good series here.
Yeah, they're just shaking off the jitters, you know. Seeing what Dog of Hat Gang are gonna do, and then just kind of adjusting to it.
Yeah. I think next game they'll know Dog with Hat Gang's gonna come out, and they're gonna try and blitz you in the early game, and you just gotta try and absorb as much pressure as you can, and get into the mid game where you can really play towards your macro. But another gank in the mid lane here,
and it looks like Daki will be going down. Mike picks up his 3rd kill of the game, and you know, the whole, like, they're coming out and blitzing you, and next game you got to be ready for it. You know, reminds me of the old Mike Tyson. Everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Killering, oh, he gets punched, but he stays up, so he's going to escape by using his flash.
Yeah, and Dog with Hat Gang, everything's playing right. All their ganks are coming off, and everything's kind of playing towards their way. And Team KRUGS is trying some stuff, but it's just not playing out. They're a little bit far behind, a little bit too behind with the rotations, and I like to make them see some proactive plays instead of so much reactive. Right now they're just trying to follow dog barking. They're trying to follow Dog with Hat Gang around, and they're a little behind, but We'll see if they can try and slow this game down here once we enter.
Yeah, and that was...
See if they can stall it out.
That was something that was mentioned a few times in draft. It was just very, very hard team fighting difference for KRUGS, but now in these tiny skirmishes, in this 3v2, I mean, it's all Dog with Hat Gang again. So, as you said, hopefully they can try and stem the bleeding a little bit, bring it back into this late game, but it doesn't look like Dog with Hat Gang's willing to let them have a chance.
Yeah, I think this game's pretty over. It's going to be really difficult for Team KRUGS to come back in this game. They're going to need 20, 30, 35 minutes to be able to pull this one around, or some Dog with Hat Gang throws. We all seen the Game 5 versus Dog with Hat Gang and Rodham. It was Rodham who was throwing, but maybe Dog with Hat Gang can toss Team KRUGS a couple bones.
No one is safe from the TSM style throws, even in GRLCS Diamond. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of... KRUGS is basically at this point, I feel like, yeah, you have to be just like waiting and just saying, okay, I mean, go next, but at the same time, let's see what they can screw up. You know, obviously you don't want to FF a playoff game. It's 17 minutes.
Yeah, and parry difference playing great. He's all over the place. He was there on that mid dive, and they're just rotating around, playing fast. They're not afraid to dive, and Team KRUGS just don't have an answer for it. Their team comp isn't too good from behind. They don't have a lot of tools. They kind of just have to throw out Sejuani ult and hope they can layer some damage and get a pick like that. But I think it's going to be really hard for them to come back. Team fighting, I think they get out team fought, and out comped in that, and it's going to be difficult for them to find a way back in.
Yeah, so thinking ahead to next game, really, I think is where our minds should all be at this point. But first, let's see if they can finally take down parry difference. He is 4-0, but he will go to 4-1 in a second. He doesn't even get to kill Juju Smith-Schuster, but it did take 4 members of Team KRUGS.
Yeah, that was, even with 4 members there, he still almost got one out of it. But the shutdown will go to Daki, and that'll help him out. But Hat Gang getting the Herald in return, and they'll see what they can use it for, but they're looking for Sejuani here.
Yeah, the third dragon, it is an Infernal Rift. Third dragon is on the map in 5 seconds, but Killering might be picked. He is going to have to ult himself. Daki takes a couple of hits from the turret, but now Vital and Lord Reeves trying to move forward onto Denel. The flash committed by the Varus to get away from the Mordekaiser. Teleport coming in from parry difference, freshly respawn. He's running in with that new TP move speed, the ultimate used by the Mordekaiser. Parry difference going to force Sleason and Juju Smith-Schuster's flashes. Drakon is finally out of the Death Realm, and he is into his own death. It's a 3-0 as Dog with Hat Gang manages to clean up this second Drake for themselves.
Yeah, Dog with Hat Gang looking real good. They're exactly where they need to be, and they're getting there before Team KRUGS, and it's making it really easy for them to make these plays and get the fights that they want. And Team KRUGS just don't seem to have an answer. I think now you just kind of, you're still trying to slow the game down, but ultimately you're just kind of thinking ahead to next game, how you're going to shut down this early game of Dog with Hat Gang.
Yeah, and I mean, we saw kind of focusing their weak side draft, you know, KRUGS heading bot to try and deal with Vital and Lord Reeves. They did manage to find 1 kill down there. But meanwhile, in the top lane, just parry difference was able to do too much with the kill, or not even the kill, with the flash pressure that he was given.
Yep, parry difference. He's a 1v9 player. If he gets ahead, he's gonna have big game impact, and it's gonna be hard. I think Team KRUGS really need to try and do a better job of shutting them down. They played towards their bot side early and got an early advantage, but after that, they didn't really do too much. They didn't really look mid a whole lot. I think they tried a couple times to no success. But Dog with Hat Gang, just everything going their way in this game.
So what do you think? Just switch that bot lane focus a little more to top lane. You know, hope that Denel and Daki can kind of get that mid jungle synergy off and maybe find a kill onto Killering, or you know, what do you think? Is this just to cross your fingers and hope that parry difference doesn't get ahead?
I think they should have focused more topside. I understand them wanting to punish the Zyra pick, because if Zyra's first, if they're ever shoved with a Sejuani, it's pretty easy to gank them. but I don't think ultimately that was playing towards their win conditions. I think they needed to win through their top and mid lane, and their early game plan just didn't work out too well for them.
All right, so, yeah, I mean, I think that's a perfectly fine thing for Team KRUGS. They can do this, but of course, Killering now, 1v2ing, he might be able to kill Drakon, who has to flash away. Now he's on the run. He is going to find him with the auto attack. Juju Smith-Schuster jumping over the wall, and that is the Baron that's been rotated off of by most of the Dog of Hacking. But oh my god, parry difference! Giant showstopper. He gets into 3 of them, and that is a 4-for-0 for Dog of Hacking.
Yeah, and Dog with Hat Gang, Team KRUGS wanted to come in with the macro play, but Dog with Hat Gang really showing them how to play some macro. When you have this big of a lead, it's pretty easy. You just walk to Baron, you hit it, and when they come, you just go fight them. You're so far ahead, it's almost impossible to lose a team fight. And they're just doing exactly what they need to close this game out.
Yeah, Dog of Hat Gang just kind of played to their win conditions a little better. As we discussed during draft and just kind of as their team styles, they are going to have to seed this inhibitor. The Herald will not get it, but that's a re-engage, actually. The triple man ultimate coming out from Lord Reeves. Denel now into the Death Realm, or Drakon into the Death Realm with parry difference. Parry difference going sort of low, but he will still be able to beat up on Drakon while the rest of his team takes down Denel. They're going to take down this inhibitor, and it looks like Dog of Hat Gang are trying to push to the end here, bringing in minions into the mid lane.
Yeah, it was a desperation fight there by Team KRUGS. I think it's the right play to go for. You want to try and fight them before they back and spend all this gold they have, but we're looking at another engage here. It might be the game-ending one.
Yeah, that's Daki down. That's Juju Smith-Schuster down. Sleason can only watch as the rest of his team gets melted. 25-3 is the kill score. 7 turrets to nothing. Dog of Hat Gang make their appearance in the playoffs, and they make it a big one. They make it a showstopper of an appearance.
Yeah, they really came out and swinging, and they hit hard. It's a pretty one-sided game, I think you could say, with a 13k gold lead at 22 minutes. But I think for Team KRUGS, you don't get too tilted by this one or anything. I think these blowouts are honestly less tilting than like a close game, because you just kind of wipe it from your memory and just move on to the next one. Just really focus on what you need to do to shut down this Dog with Hat Gang early game.
Yeah, I've found that too, that the close games are really the heartbreakers, especially, when you're looking at these best-of-3 series. It's one thing if it's solo queue where, you get blown out and you just get pissed, but in GRLCS, I mean, you lose, if you stomp game 1 and you go into game 2, but then you lose in a 50-minute struggle, I will always put money on the team that won that 50-minute struggle to take the series, because that's just, that is just heart-wrenching that you couldn't finish it out.
Yep, and just... it always comes down to someone made one bad mistake, and they're probably tilted the rest of the series unless they have some strong mental. One misposition at 50 minutes can just cost your team the game, and it can be kind of tilting. But we've got the 4th dragon here, another Infernal Dragon spawning, so
okay.
I think Dog with Hacking just looking to clean this one up here.
I didn't play this season, but I have thrown for my team at 50 minutes so many times that I literally have goosebumps from you saying that.
Yeah, they're heart crushing, like you said. It's your team, like you just lose the whole game for your team, and I know my team's probably saying that. I do that all the time, but
the engage comes in from Killering, but there isn't really any follow-up. He's actually just going to go down immediately. Now Mike trying to 1v1 Drakon in the Death Realm, and oh, please tell me we're not seeing a throw, but that is parry difference going in. That's a 4-man stun. That is the parry difference coming out for Dog with Hat Gang. The rest of his team is going to help him clean up the kills, but that one-man engage saved the fight for Dog with Hat Gang.
Yeah, Team KRUGS, they're going into that. They got a pick or two, and I could see the lights shining in their eyes. They knew it was a faint glimmer of hope. They could have maybe cleaned that fight and taken the Baron and turned it around, but parry difference is coming in huge and just shutting them down.
Alright, Dog with Hat Gang taking down the Nexus to end out Game 1 of this series. They're looking to translate that parry difference into another win for themselves, and meanwhile the KRUGS are trying to de-tilt and move on to Game 3 here. But we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back in just a few minutes to discuss that and to break down the start of Game 2. Don't go anywhere. And we are back after a stunning game one. Dog of Hack Gang, the low seed, comes in and just takes out Team KRUGS in a pretty spectacular fashion.
Yeah, they come out fast, they came out early, and Team KRUGS just didn't know how to slow them down, how to stop them. They really struggled. I think change some stuff up, get back to the drawing board, and look to stop them here game two.
Yeah, and actually, parry difference, I think they just ran down the timer a little bit too much, so Dog of Hack Gang do not get their first ban. However, the Trundle does come out, taking that away from Mike. which he piloted in Game 1.
Yeah, I think just kind of a respect ban. Trundle just all over the place in the early game, really getting a lot of ganks off. Trundle not really normally known for being a strong ganker, but he made it work, and the team made it work, and they really got out ahead in that early game.
All right, I think there is an issue with Parry Difference's client. This is a known bug where if you hover your champion, the entire thing will stop. So we're going to be back into lobby. Okay, yeah, so this is a known bug where sometimes when you go into lobby, it'll just keep you from banning. Unfortunately, that did happen to Parry Difference, the top laner for Dog of Hat Gang. So they are going to restart clients. We'll be back in just a second. Sorry, client issues. There's not really much we can do about it, but we will be right back. Alright, and we are back. And I actually don't think I unmuted Kirby. Alright, we good?
Yes. Oh.
Wonderful. And Parry Difference can ban now.
Yeah, I thought it was like the ultimate BM they were doing.
Yeah, I didn't want to address it because I was like, yeah, like, okay, yeah, you stomped game 1, way to go, bud. But no, it was an actual bug. So Zach taken away again. Makes sense.
Yeah, I think Dog with Hat Gang is just gonna run back the same pick and ban. Just try and get as close to the same exact game they could have that they had last game, and it's gonna give them the best chance of winning. But over.
Yeah, I mean, sans the Trundle, it is so far same bans coming out from Dog with Hat Gang. The Senna, of course, was banned by Team KRUGS in the first rotation, and Ezreal. Then 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I would imagine we're probably just going to see another Varus first pick here. Just kind of just doing the same thing. Don't fix what... Sorry, what was it? Don't
fix what isn't broken.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we got there, but...
Yeah, I mean, there might be considerations to taking away Zyra potentially, but I really don't think that the Zyra was... Oh, they actually... KRUGS bans away the Varus, so allows Vital onto his... I suppose preference of champion.
Yeah, I think this is okay. I think they're trying to force Dog with Hat Gang to do something different. Maybe give them a different look, see if Team KRUGS can get an advantage. But first pick set.
Yeah, that's a
statement pick. That goes, I don't care what you're gonna play, I'm gonna beat you anyways.
Yeah, and the Ornn hover. I mean, Ornn does fairly well into it, but still, Set should be able to beat up a little bit there with all of the sustain that he's got built in.
Yeah, I kind of like the Ornn pick. I know our top laner thinks it's a fine matchup for Ornn, and it just kind of gives them scaling, team fight power. You can kind of leave him on the island. He tries to survive, not bleed too much, and looks for later game team fights.
Yeah, the Sejuani is going to be picked up again. Denel did fairly well on it, just by the time that Sejuani was online. There really just was nothing that KRUGS could do, and the bot lane now locked. It's Aphelios and Braum.
Yeah, a really good answer, bot lane. Braum, good into Ornn, always. You can block his ult completely. And just Braum Aphelios, just overall, is a really strong lane. Just gives a lot of defensive power. Hard to kill Aphelios with the Braum behind him. And I think I think so far, Dog with Hacking is doing a pretty good job drafting. We'll see what probably Daki's picking here.
And it will be an Alistar. Interesting. That kind of hard engage. That, I mean, we don't see much Alistar anymore. But do you play it at all? I don't.
No. I'm pretty bad on Alistar. He's probably one of my worst supports.
Yeah, so am I. I whiffed a flash headbutt pulverize in semifinals that lost my team the series, I think like 3 years ago, and I vowed I would never play Alistar again, so...
Yeah, whenever I just like pull the ground because I'm not in range with my W and I think I am, it's worse. It's the worst.
Yeah.
You just feel like the biggest idiot. Everyone knows. It's so obvious.
Like,
you just look like an idiot.
I would rather miss like a flash thresh hook or a flash flay or something than like a flash headbutt pulverize, because that is the ultimate worst feeling.
Yeah, it's the worst. Yeah, pretty much missing anything is better than that. But
yeah.
Cass and Lysandra, they're targeting Killering here in this ban phase.
And both of the picks that KRUGS had last game, they are going to be taken away by Dog with Hat Gang in this ban. So we're going to see some new things, and the Jinx is hovered, and that would give the mid lane counter pick. So whether it's Jinx or a different ADC, Sleason will be picking his own champion here.
Yeah, I think Dog with Hacking, or Team KRUGS is going full team fight, full scaling, playing the late game. I don't really like this, considering how game 1 went. I think I would have liked them to pick more for like a stronger early game, maybe more skirmishing power. But they think that they can change stuff, fix their early game, and just get into that late game where so far they probably have a really good chance of winning.
Yeah, I have to imagine the Alistar and Jinx are very much comfort picks, because really they don't offer much in terms of meta or like individual strength right now. But the Ahri is going to be picked up fairly safe and signature pick there for Killering.
Yeah, I think it's kind of the same as Lysandra picked. I think Killering's just playing really safe, trying not to die. I don't really like that play style. I'd rather pick to try and win, but he's just going for something really safe. Pretty good into Daki, but we see Daki's Rise. That's a power pick for him.
Yeah, that's pretty strong there. However, it is picked into an Ahri who does have a fair amount of pick herself with the charm and all of the repositions from her ultimate, and then as well into Elise, which is one of the strongest early game junglers possible that you can pick in this game. So it's really early snowball versus full scaling.
Yeah, I think Dog with Hacking should be really happy about how this draft went. I'm not a big fan of Ahri as a champion, but I think with their comp overall, it fits really well. They have a lot of picking power. They still have good team fight with Braum, Set, Aphelios, and I think just overall their comp's probably a lot better, gives them a lot more options, where Team KRUGS is just looking to scale, try and hit 30 minutes, and just try not to just lose in the early game.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of obviously Ornn is already a weak side top laner. Rise takes so long to get online that you can't really rely on him super early. Jinx Alistar, I mean, she's going to be an early game or a late game powerhouse, but if you can't get her online, again, it's going to be really rough for KRUGS here. So it's kind of that dreaded triple losing lane into an early game jungler that might spell KRUGS doom, honestly.
Yeah, they're just playing full defense in the early game. They don't really got much going for like ganking wise in the early game. Sejuani doesn't have a lot of lanes to get to. We'll see if Team KRUGS, they should be doing a lot of freezing waves in the early game. I know that's what our team likes to do. We just like freeze waves, freeze waves, and helps us get into the mid game. But we'll see if Team KRUGS can pull that off, show some good wave control, and get into that early game or mid game, late game without falling too far behind.
Yeah, meanwhile, I'm guessing this Elise is just going to be going for ganks left and right. If she can't find those, it's all going to be about objective control, getting those early dragons, Rift Heralds, and just trying to put KRUGS on the back foot here. Because if Dog of Hat Gang can build a lead, I mean, we saw what parry difference could do, and Ari and Elise together are going to be such a strong machine for just finding pick after pick on these less mobile champions like Ryze, Jinx, Alistar.
Yeah, I think Elise has plenty of options. I mean, every single lane's gankable for her. She's gonna have a heyday. It's gonna be the perfect game for her to really just come out, dominate the early game, and just kind of just end the game for Team KRUGS in the first 15 minutes of the game.
And yeah, kind of the same way that we saw last game. So Dog of Hat Gang going for the if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Meanwhile, we're gonna have to see KRUGS fix something because last game certainly nothing really went right for them. We'll have to see what Sejuani can do to shore up these lanes, and hopefully Jinx and Ryze can kind of come online. You said that was one of Daki's power picks, this Ryze. Hopefully he'll be able to put it to good use and bring this to a game 3.
Yep. Yeah, I think it's going to be rough. They're really going to try their hardest not to let what happened game 1 happen again. But I think they have less tools in the early game than they did last game. Like their skirmishing and overall just the ability for their jungler to make early game plays is a lot worse this game. So I honestly think they put themselves in a worse spot than they did game 1. But maybe they're confident they can survive the early game, and if they can get it to late game, they probably 100% have the win here.
Yeah, this is KRUGS really just doubling down on the stuff that we didn't really get to see from them last game, so I don't think there's really anything much else that we can say about what will happen, because, I mean, this kind of went against everyone's expectations, so we're going to have to see if KRUGS can put their money where their mouth is and bring this to a game 3. Otherwise, Dog of Hat Gang will be the one going to the semifinals representing the Shadow Isles Conference, so we're going to get into game real quick. Back to Black Screen Simulator. Whoa! Thank you, Psycho, with the 5 gift subs to Siggy Wiggy, Catalyst, General Vici, EVNG TV, and, our very own Curb Stomp.
I got one. Oh, it didn't come up. Guys, now I can spam all the GetRECt emotes.
Nice. I actually don't have my thing, or like my channel. Like my own account isn't logged in. It's actually on the OU channel, so I don't have any of my emotes right now, and I had to give myself mod power from my phone. But we are here into game 2, and on the blue side, the team that is 1-0 in the series, looking for an invade possibly. It's Dog with Hat Gang. Let's see if they can move it forward, and then I'll quick introduce them. They're moving forward onto Drakon. Lord Reeves does force the flash, and that is a big early game cooldown burned. So, we've got parry difference in the top lane on his set from last game. Mike, Oxmal, Bros in the jungle on Elise. Killering in the mid lane on Ari, and the bot lane Vital and Lord Reeves on Aphelios and Braum.
And for Team KRUGS, we have Drakon in the top lane on Ornn. We have Danelle in the jungle on Sejuani again. Daki on his famous Ryze pick. Well, famous to me. Silicion, I did it again. I ruined it. I'm sorry. Jinx, picking Jinx, and Juju Smith-Schuster on Alistar.
Yeah, that early flash burn there on Drakon is just super important here. I mean, we saw what parry difference did with a burned flash in game 1, and now he's got that as they walk into the lane. So, do you think this'll kind of be a repeat of last game?
It's looking like it. I think Elise is like the bane of top laners. You just don't like playing against Elise. Elise has a really easy time going up into that top lane and looking to snowball early game top laners, kind of like set people that can really set her up. And I think Team KRUGS not doing their homework as much, watching as much on the other conference, because the teams really like to do that top lane invade there. I think Dog with Hat Gang's done it a couple times, and I think GSM, probably some other teams. I've seen it quite a bit, so.
Yeah.
Going to what should have been an honest invade.
Yeah, so parry difference now did get the 2 advantage, and now he will be denying CS under the turret He's already 12-4 here, and while Drakon will pick some up, this will give Parry Difference time to get into the jungle and mess with Denel a little bit.
Yeah, dog attacking, and this is brutal for Team KRUGS here. Parry getting that early advantage, getting the early shove, walks in here, denies Sejuani her red buff, Elise is behind, mid lane is pushed. Really, really good play here. It's really going to set Denel far behind here. He's going to be struggling in this early game.
Yeah, I mean, Mike 3 buffs Denel, and for an early game jungler like Elise, that's going to be huge, because not only do you now have the CS and the gold, or CS, gold, and pressure advantage, you're also forcing Sejuani to waste time, really, dealing with himself rather than helping his lanes. So he will go for that Scuttle Crab, but, I mean, Mike gets 2 camps over him in the meantime.
Yeah, Parry using his pullback ability there. I don't remember which one it is, or the name of it, but he used it a little too early. The thing this invade really does, it puts a lot of pressure on this Ornn. Elise really good at diving turrets. They're looking to just shove the wave here, get it bounced back for Parry. But this is going to put Ornn. Ornn's in a really bad spot. He's going to be feeling, and he just gets completely zoned off the wave in mid lane fight.
Yeah, Killering and Daki dealing with each other again. The charm comes out, but Killering gets flashed on by Denel. Daki can move forward. He has the flash available, but moving forward would probably be suicide. So it's going to be Summoner's Burn, but Killering gives up his flash. Daki still has his, a reverse from last game.
Daki with the solo kill there, showing his rise. Really good looking and engaging the bot lane. And
wow.
Nothing.
How far behind am I?
Oh. Am I far ahead?
I think you might be. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm about 9 seconds behind here. Alright, we're at 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and as you said, nothing happened in that bot lane, 2v2.
Yep, and I just want to highlight what that invade kind of all did to Ornn. Ornn got zoned off of, I think, 2.5 waves here, so he is really far behind. Constantly afraid of this Elise. Anytime this Elise comes up top lane, shows her face, it's going to be really hard for him to survive any ganks or even just get his CS, his XP he needs. And Dog with that gang coming out fast again in this game too.
Yeah, and maybe Ornn will get a second to breathe because this Cloud Drake is on the map. Elise does have a fairly good time soloing Cloud Drakes. Because it doesn't do the AoE damage, it doesn't kill her spiderlings as fast. So this is one of the preferred ones for her to take.
Yep, it would be an easy take for her. They kind of have bot lane's pretty even in priority. I think I would rather see her clear back up into the top side and just keep trying to just do what they did last time, just shove this top lane down Team KRUGS' throat. But might see an invade here looking mid for a gank on Daki.
Yeah, that is going to be half of his health taken already. He moves on to Killering. Killering does not have ult. Mike jumping forward, but that will not be anything burned. Daki didn't have any summoners to give.
Nope, just a little gank there. They chained the CC really nice, but Killering was not level 6 yet, so they kind of missed out on that kill, but just forces Daki to get out of lane, but he stays. And gonna set up a good freeze for Killering there. He's gonna be able to recover some of this deficit he got when he got solo killed earlier.
Yeah, and now Killering is level 6, will have that ignite very soon, so he could look for a solo kill here in return. Of course, Daki is playing Ryze, so he hasn't built any combat stats yet, just the mana. Does Ryze still have mana scaling?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
So some combat stats technically.
Yeah, technically, but not too much. He's really waiting for that 2-item power spike before he comes online. But
yep.
Dog with Hat Gang using that pressure mid they got to just easily take this Cloud Dragon and deny their blue. Looking for a gank up top lane for Team KRUGS.
Parry Difference gets a lot of damage on him, and he just goes down. That was a really good buffer of the Call of the Forge God with the knockups to keep Parry Difference in the air.
Yeah, Ornn showing his proficiency on the champion. That's like the combo to pull off. And they pull it off well, and they're able to kind of slow Parry Difference down here and give Ornn a little bit of a breathing room here.
Yeah, so parry difference now getting engaged again by Donnell, but he finds the double stun. He will use the showstopper to come out. He does have the flash. The haymaker comes out, doesn't find Drakon. He flashes around. Donnell is going to get the slow off. Daki doesn't have flash to get forward, so parry difference will live, but he burns everything just for the flash of Drakon.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I think if the Rise ult doesn't come through, parry probably 1v2s there. Risky gank for Team KRUGS, but they managed to survive, warn his back, and they burned that TP down, and DWHG gonna answer with a plate in the mid lane.
Yeah, so giving Killering a little bit of gold, he should be fairly even, maybe a little bit ahead of Daki now, but Mike gonna try and find the solo kill. Donnell, however, has the ult, but now Killering moves up, will find the kill, 300 gold into his pocket.
And DWHG, they're playing this early game really well. They're pressuring the Sejuani and making it really hard for even to play the game. Looking for mid. Oh, Flash Cocoon misses.
Yeah, he misses the Flash Cocoon over the wall. Daki doesn't take anything. He actually just stands there and fights him down. Gets Mike very low, but he will have to back off as well. So Killering gets more lane pressure, though Mike burns some cooldowns for that. Now the knock-up coming through by Drakon. Parry difference, though, is just smacking him. He's got the Bilgewater Cutlass, so he is life-stealing. And he will come out on the better end of that trade.
Yep, DWHG looking really good. Pressuring, a lot of pressure. They have 3 winning lanes. Looking for a gank in the bot lane here, though.
Lord Reeves takes a lot of damage. However, it's the support that takes the kill. Lots of stuff burned, and that just feels bad, man.
Yeah, it's pretty tragic. At least they got something, but getting it on your Alistar, oh, there it was. There was the pull to the ground, but getting that kill on your Alistar obviously isn't ideal, but it's going to allow Jinx to kind of shove this wave and try and close the CS gap. Slow hits,
Nothing. Oh.
nothing.
Oh, he's getting just close enough that I'm starting to get twitchy.
Yep, Aphelios, Vital's playing a little up. He's not afraid. He believes in his own abilities to, even if he has to, out 1v2 this.
Yeah, out 1v2. I mean, there is no ultimate on Jinx, but Juju Smith-Schuster does have his, so that would be pretty hard to try and cut through both of them. And now the back does come through. It is a pickaxe going to be picked up for Sliason, so slightly more in combat stats than what Vital currently has, 25 AD to 20. If anyone was wondering. And now Mike has been spotted, so Donnell basically has the go-ahead to gank this top lane here.
Yeah, we'll see if he goes for it. At this point, ganking the set's kind of risky. Set could easily 1v2 if they're not careful, but Alistar's also coming, and they're looking here.
That is so much damage, but it's not going to be enough. Donnell with the CC lock will be able to take down parry difference for his second kill of the game. Now, Mike coming into the mid lane, tries to find Daki, flash away from the cocoon, although I'm not sure if that quite would have hit.
Yeah, it looked it would have missed, but you can't take that risk. I think you just respect the Elise there, and you just flash anyways. Because if that hits, you're dead 100%. But pretty good macro play by Team KRUGS. They sent their support up to the Herald, and nets them a gank kill top lane, and they're going to take the Herald here. So they're looking pretty good. They're fighting back this game, stemming the flow.
Yeah, I mean, Team KRUGS, they're showing that macro play, currently 4-1 in kills, and they've picked up that Rift Herald just now. So they are going to be in a much better position, certainly, than they were last time, where it was about a 3k gold difference, and now it's a 3-man in the mid lane. Killering cannot get away. He uses the flash, but it will not be enough. Daki picks up his second kill here.
Yep, I think Team KRUGS playing pretty well here. They kind of lost out in the earlier game, but
Mike has missed so many cocoons, and now it is a 2v3 here for DWHG. It looks like Lord Reeves will be the one going down. Mike just shrugs and says, sorry, bro, nothing I can do there. But it is going to be Vital. He's looking here to get some damage. But the steal, it is possible. Mike doesn't quite have smite. And now Donnell engaging onto him. Mike may have stepped up too far, uses the repel, trying to get back in, gets onto Juju Smith-Schuster, but Daki takes the kill.
Yep, Mike looking for maybe a cheeky steal there, but Team KRUGS playing well, denying him out of the pit, and they just get a free kill and the dragon still.
Yeah, so now it is a solid 1,000 gold lead here for Team KRUGS. And as someone in chat pointed out, the kill difference between the two, while it was that 4-1 when we were talking about it, Dog of Hacking did have better farm across the board, specifically in the top and the bot lane. Those were the two largest. So, yeah, while Dog of Hacking was kind of outlaning just through CS their opponents, yeah, KRUG's macro was certainly keeping them alive there. And now the teleport actually comes out from Daki, knowing that Killering is in the top lane.
Yep, Killering, it's just a safe TP.
Oh, Killering does get Drakon. One more tick of the Ignite will get it. It's a solo kill there for the Ahri.
Well, it was good. The Rice TP is just trying to help protect the Ornn, but Killering making a play and still getting the pick anyways.
Yeah, now Sleason trying to move on to Lord Reeves. Juju Smith-Schuster does have the Headbutt Pulverize. He will not use it. He doesn't quite get in range. Now Vital takes a lot of damage from that zap.
Yeah, in this bot lane, it's a pretty neutral bot lane. It's actually pretty hard for either team to kill the other unless there's a major misplay. The advantage does go to Braum because he has his Q, but another play in the top lane here.
Yeah, that's going to be the showstopper used, but parry difference does whiff his E. Again, Daki on a rampage, picking up Mike. That's going to be Killering, knocked up, probably going down as well. Doesn't have the ultimate, that is Drakon. Picking him up a first kill and putting him on the scoreboard. Parry difference barely gets away using his flash.
And Team KRUGS really using these TPs well. They're sitting on them, waiting for Dog with King to make a play, and they're just turning it with these TPs, and they're really looking pretty good here to take over the game.
Yeah, something that we saw in the early game, last game, was that Dog with Hack Gang were just kind of out-rotating and being able to pick off Team KRUGS before they could respond. But here, I mean, with the double TP plus Rise teleport, or plus Rise ultimate, and then even the global on the side of Jinx, it's all going to help come together to make sure that KRUGS can respond, and Dog of Hacking are going to need to figure out how to deal with that, how to punish these cooldowns. Now, Killering might be in trouble. He gets low, but not low enough to go down.
Yep, using that Ahri ultimate to stay safe and get out of that. And Dog with Hacking, it's looking brutal. Their comp isn't nearly as good behind, but they're looking for a pick here.
They do find it. Daki can do nothing but take these Raptors, and that is a good kill onto Mike, although you might have wanted to put that on the Ahri instead. Now Lord Reeves trying to find Daki. Mike has to back off, doesn't want to go down. Killering going to buffer that, gets the charm, gets the shutdown. 700 gold into the pocket of Ahri.
Yep, and Dog with Hat Gang kind of playing towards their strengths. Like Ahri and Elise have a lot of pick potential, and both sitting in the bush, waiting for Sejuani to come. They get that easy pick, and then they take off Daki afterwards.
Yeah, these little guerrilla warfare tactics that are helping Dog with Hack Gang stay within spitting distance. However, that gap does need to close very soon for Dog with Hack Gang, or they will not be sitting so pretty once the Rise and the Jinx come online.
Yeah, I think Dog with Hat Gang are still a little worried. Team KRUGS has an obviously stronger late game comp, so you're kind of on a timer here, and you really want to make this next play count to really get the snowball going back in your favor.
Yeah, Mike needs to try and find something here, and Dog of Hacking are just playing so far up, and Vital's going to get punished for it. The ultimate comes out from the Jinx, but it will not find anyone but the Braum Shield. Vital has to flash away. He does still have the Moonlight Vigil. They are going to find the stun onto Donnell, and Drakon does manage to stop parry difference's TP. That will mean Vital goes down. It means that Lord Reeves is within just death range. He will get taken down by Juju Smith-Schuster. Killering is here. He will try and find the ultimate and the kill onto the support of Team KRUGS. Killering jumps forward, but he doesn't get the right target. He will get knocked back. He will get killed. Sleason with his second kill of the game. Juju Smith-Schuster finally goes down, but damn, that went well for Team KRUGS.
Yeah, I was a little surprised they went for that play. They got a fight in the top lane. They're just fighting. They're just hitting each other.
Yeah, they're just beating each other up.
I'm surprised they went for that play because there was the TP advantage for parry difference, but I guess Drakon told them that he could cancel it, and he did, and it allowed them to really turn that play, make that play happen. It gives them a really good lead here, taking that bot tower.
Yeah, and I mean, Drakon probably expending... It looks like he may have expended the Call of the Forge God for that, to try and knock up parry difference and interrupt. But, I mean, parry difference wasn't even able to punish that. He wasn't able to force Drakon's flash, he wasn't able to kill him. So, really, KRUGS just won that all across the board, and they might get to win it again. Donnell jumps onto Lord Reeves. Lord Reeves is on the run. He does get stunned, but he will get to safety on Vital. That is, however, the Glacial Fissure burned as this dragon is on the map. KRUGS could take the advantage here in dragons. Mike, over the wall. He will not be able to find it. And the dragon goes down in favor of Donnell. However, parry difference did get that kill. Now, Vital is getting engaged on by Juju Smith-Schuster. Daki moving forward. Lord Reeves going to go down, and Killering is here on top of Daki. Daki takes a lot of damage. Mike will find the kill, but Mike now may lose his own life. He jumps over, gets onto the Blast Cone. Now Donnell moving back onto Vital. Vital healing up so much with that Chakram. Now Mike could get auto-attack down by Sleason, and he will. Sleason on a killing spree, 3-0-4.
And Team KRUGS, good dragon take there, and able to take another couple kills after. Daki went a little too deep chasing the Aphelios. Thought he could get him, but he ends up dying instead. But Team KRUGS, they're happy with that. They're still sitting really good. Their Rise is on 2 items. Jinx probably has gold for a second item, and they take the turret back and looking towards this Rift Herald here.
Yeah, I mean, KRUGS seemed to know that Dog with Hat Gang were trying to get on top, trying to steal away or maybe find a pick following this dragon. So they just read that perfectly. They've rotated Drakon down, let parry difference get that turret, but when the kill difference there was the dragon +3, I mean, that's a pretty good trade, I'd say.
Yeah, and when you have the scaling advantage, I kind of like that, taking the dragon, getting a little bit more stats to help you get into that late game, and it puts it on Soul, but trapped in the pit here.
Yeah, trapped in the pit, and a lot of damage coming out from parry difference. Now, Sleason will go down in the beginning of the fight, but Drakon can find a huge ultimate. He does, he finds 3. Now, Mike's gonna go down as well, and people are dying left and right. Drakon, Donnell, they're both so low. Vital trying to find the kill onto someone. Drakon, he will not go down quite yet, but Donnell will. Parry difference heals back up thanks to the kill. The shutdown comes through, and it's a 4-for-2 for Dog with Hat Gang.
Yep, and it was a really good fight by Dog with Hat Gang. They took the Jinx out early, and Vital was allowed to just sit there and free fire the entire fight. Didn't have any pressure. No one was looking at him, and it allows Dog with Hat Gang to just come out on top there.
Yeah, parry difference also got a lot of damage from using the ultimate on Drakon, and then of course, after that, I mean, it turned into a mosh pit, and while Lord Reeves and Mike both died, certainly taking out the carries early was a big win for Dog with Hat Gang.
Yeah, and parry difference, he has a selection of targets to ult this game. You got 3 big tanks that are all gonna look to dive and engage, and you can really put one of them back into the other Team KRUGS' back line, and just do a lot of damage, just like we saw there.
Yeah, and I mean, even in the later game, if Daki even steps out of position, since it does extra damage based on the person that he grabs' max health, since Daki's got that Rod of Ages, he will be building a little bit tankier items as well across the course of the game, just being Rise. He is also a potential target to try and assassinate Sleason.
Yeah, it's looks like a good comp for parry difference. He has a good game for him. He's ahead of this Ornn as he should be. Has 2-2-2, couple deaths, but he's still looking pretty strong and still has all the tools he needs to kind of carry these team fights for his team, even though they have the weaker team fight. Yeah,
and he's still got that 30 CS lead, so Drakon hasn't quite finished his second Ornn item, obviously going for the Abyssal Mask, but now Donnell will find Vital. Vital just going to get picked off early, has to flash heal away. Now Mike trying to zone, that is going to be another ultimate used to try and save him, but considering that was just a support flash and some ultimates for both of Vital's sums, that's huge.
Yeah, it was a really good play there. Jinx was a little bit too far behind, but I kind of like it, but Dog with Hat Gang, parry difference, able to take this bottom tower in response.
Yeah, now parry difference may be a little bit out of position. Donnell doesn't have the ultimate, but I don't think he can quite 1v2 unless he gets the perfect showstopper. It is going to be a tank battle for now, but parry difference is just a little bit less tanky. Is going to pull Sejuani out, get some damage in, but he doesn't have a flash. He will just try and heal up where he can, but he will finally go down. And I believe that that'll be Drakon taking the kill. But the Baron has been started up since Denel has gone, since he's in the bot side, but now they're just taking so much damage from it. Sleason and the teleport from Drakon will be able to zone out, and they're going to go and try and start it themselves.
Yeah, and Doggo Attack Gang, Perry was stalling as long as he could, so they tried to take this Baron, but a little early, but we're going to see a fight over here at 22 minutes.
Yeah, that was a beautiful interrupt there on the cow, and now Drakon, he's going very low, but he's still moving forward. Vital now has been zoned off the rest of the fight. The shutdown comes through by the Ahri. Denel will fall, but he takes Mike with him, and now Daki, he does lose his life. Sleason's still alive, and so is Vital. Somehow Vital, like, 1v2'd in the backside.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I didn't see that, but both teams kind of forgetting how hard Baron is to take this early. Unless you have a really good Baron killing team, you don't really want to do it probably till more the 25, 26 minute when you kind of have 2 items on most of your carries and you're working towards those 3rd items. And I thought kind of throw back and forth for both teams, but Dog with Hat Gang winning the fight and taking the Infernal Dragon as a prize.
Yeah, so 2-2 now tied up, and somehow Dog with Hat Gang, after losing out early on that Baron, they got zoned off so early, and parry difference wasn't there in the fight. They managed to win 4v5 and trade 2 for 4. So,
yeah, and it's pretty impressive that they were able to win that fight there without parry, because I think parry's a pretty big key part to their team's like team fight ability. But Team KRUGS kind of lose inside of this Aphelios, but parry difference looking again.
Right there, he manages to pick off Daki early. Now let's see if he can find parry difference as well. Meanwhile, that is Drakon. Finds himself in the middle of 3 with the 4th coming up. Vital, will he be able to pick this one up? Nope, it's Lord Reeves. So now, I mean, they find themselves in a position to take Baron. Denel has to back off and reset because he just expended so much. Now, it looks like Dog with Hat Gang will try and start this up. They actually do this fairly quickly compared to how slow they were doing it last time.
Yeah, Denel looking for a play on the bottom side. Again, didn't work out. Parry difference with the 1v2 solo kill on Daki, and this is going to look for a pretty free Baron here. Denel's going to look for a steal, and we'll see Dog with Hat Gang backing off, looking for a kill.
They stalled that Baron out for so long, they allowed Denel to get there, but then the flash forward by Killering was able to pick off Sleason, so it will net them probably this inner tower and a significant amount of pressure over the map for the next 20 seconds.
Yeah, and I like that pulling off there because you don't really want to give a 50-50 smite and coin flip the game, because if Team KRUGS takes a Baron, it's probably going to be game for them, but looking for another engage here.
Oh, that's a big ultimate. They're gonna find Denel into the middle of it. They're gonna pick up Daki as well. Sleason is still dead, and Juju Smith-Schuster is the only one left. Sleason just respawning now, but wonderful pickup there by Dog of Hat Gang. Oh, and Lord with Reeves from downtown.
Yeah, I think we might be seeing some tilt or desperation. That was a 3v5 they tried to fight there. They didn't have Sleason. Was it?
Sleason.
He was not there. He was dead and looked for a 3v5, thought they could get a pick, but Dog with Hat Gang just turning it on and extending their gold lead here to 4K.
Yeah, I mean, that was literally the perfect setup there for that 3v5. After parry difference ulted in, and he got all 3 of them literally sitting right on top of each other, Vital immediately tossed his Infernum ult in, which bursted on all 3 of them, and then just killed them killed everyone. That was big.
Yeah, really well played by Perry. I mean, he's having a good game. He had a dominant game last game too. He's looking pretty good. I think he should have been on Team KRUGS' radar, but maybe he was, maybe he wasn't, but it doesn't matter. He's coming out big and showing why he's one of the better top lanes in this conference, this league.
Yeah, so the kill score is 20-20. However, with CS leads across the board and the tower difference, Dog with Hat Gang is currently in about a 4K lead, but that will start shrinking in terms of effective stats very quickly, as Drakon is now level 14, has upgraded that Molten Edge for Sleason, and can look to start doing that in the next couple of levels as soon as his team starts actually buying Ornn items.
Yeah, and Dog with Hat Gang have a really good situation here. They can play around the Baron, control vision with their Elise and Ahri. They can fish for picks while parry difference is in this bottom lane split pushing. There isn't anyone on Team KRUGS' team that can really answer him. Ryze can clear waves versus him, but you don't really want your Ryze answering the parry difference here because he's a big part of your damage. He's one of your 2 carries, so you wanna have him with the team. So it's gonna be rough here for Team KRUGS, stalling out this next 5 or 10 minutes, and this dragon here probably going to go in the way of Dog with Hat Gang.
Yeah, I mean, everyone just backed off. Sleason, Juju Smith-Schuster, Daki currently coming out. However, Daki and Drakon do have their teleports, so if needed, they could come in. But with no one else here and Dog with Hat Gang looking for a pick, no one wants to walk into that jungle blind. By the way, thank you, Cyrane, for the 14-month sub. And, the sneaky Baron take, the Ryze ult coming through, the teleport coming in from parry difference, but are KRUGS going to be able to do this? The ultimate comes out on Donnell. Parry difference gets a 3-man stun, but he is solo. He does a lot of damage onto Donnell. He does find the solo kill 1v4. He will walk away from this, but he might take a little bit of damage, a little more than he bargained for. He does go down, but however, that is the jungler of Team KRUGS dead. Now, Ornn ult comes through. Killering gonna find a pick onto Sleason. That is all of their DPS right now. Daki can't quite get into the fight. Drakon being burned down, being killed by the Ahri. Killering is a god! They're gonna find the double root, they're gonna find the ace, and Dog with Hat Gang can take this Baron.
Yeah, Team KRUGS looking for a sneaky Baron. Well, Dog with Hat Gang going for the dragon. Unfortunately, it was warded, and Parry TPing in 1v4. Everyone thought he was just gonna die instantly, but he survives forever. He gets a kill out of it. Dog with Hat Gang are able to get in there, and they clean up the fight and take this Baron.
And Killering finding the pick on Sleason in the backline right after they find parry difference turns that fight completely. I mean, that was a 4v4 after Janelle and parry difference both went down. But there was a lot of stuff expended by the team of Team KRUGS to take down parry difference. Then, just to round it all off, Killering finds a pick, and suddenly it's a 3v4 with no cooldowns left for Team KRUGS.
Yeah, and Dog with Hat Gang are happy to make that trade. They'll trade parry difference life for the ending team's AD carry. Any team fight, because when that Jinx is down, it's going to be a lot harder for Team KRUGS to win a team fight, only having 2 damage carries here. But Killering also having a really good game. He's getting a lot of good charms and a lot of good picks, and it seems like it's just too much for Team KRUGS to handle.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like everyone really has just, turned on their go buttons here, except for Mike, apparently.
And looking for a pick here onto Mike, but with the Zonias, he's able to live, and Dog with Hat Gang's here to turn it around.
My god, Aphelios does a lot of damage. He takes Donnell and Daki down to half. Drakon's teleport is interrupted by parry difference, so now it's a true 4v4. That's going to be Juju Smith-Schuster just getting torn up by the Ahri. Drakon and parry difference duking it out in the top lane. And it looks like the Ornn will be going down. And now, the Ryze picked up. Dog of Hat Gang with the Baron, with the man advantage. They can just push into this inner turret, into this inhibitor, and start to bring this game to a close.
And Dog with Hat Gang looking really good here to finish this game, finish this series, quick 2-0, and they're on the Nexus turrets looking.
They find Sleason again. They're gonna find Donnell. And it looks like this will be the game. Dog with Hat Gang, they fell behind a little bit early in this game, but they turned it back on. They took these team fights, and they will be taking the spot in the semifinals come next weekend.
Yep, and it looks like that micro beats macro here in these games. I do think Dog with Hat Gang played pretty good macro lead that game. They had a lot of good rotations and a lot of good plays, but overall, just individually the better team.
Yeah, I mean, it really did, KRUGS had some very impressive macro, especially in the early game this game. They were just kind of out-rotating, teleport advantaging Dog with Hat Gang. They were just playing that map to their advantage, but Dog with Hat Gang just started turning it on when it came to these mid-game skirmishes.
Yeah, I was really worried for Team Krugs after the first 5-7 minutes when Sejuani was getting really punished and got set really far behind. But they made few good macro plays with their TPs, able to turn some dives and stuff, and they turned the game back in their favor. But Killering getting a lot of picks and parry difference just to being an absolute beast, able to just turn that game back to their side again and close it out pretty convincingly.
Yeah, and I want a mad shout out to Killering because he was just a pick machine this game. I think he killed Slyason 4 separate times at the beginning of a fight, or toward the end of the fight, just cleaning that one up. But huge performance from all sides of Dog with Hat Gang. But
Yep.
I believe that will be it, at least for the next 20 minutes, because in 20 minutes comes Sensei Squad Diamond versus, I believe, who's the other? Is it Return to the Middle Sticks? Sensei Squad Return to the Middle Sticks? Yeah, so you'll get to see. We'll round out the Diamond semifinal schedules, and I'm sure Mark Hames will let you know. This will be with Mark Hames and Rexgo Dragon in 20 minutes back on this channel for the other Diamond quarterfinal. But for this evening, it has been a pleasure. I have been Vid, and with me has been Curb Stomp in his first ever casting performance, so give him a hand for that one because this was kick-ass.
Thank you. Do my best.
Well, thank you, everyone. We'll see you back on this stream in 20 minutes, so take a quick break after this exciting series.